Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetshoes.com, and today we are going to do the quick unboxing and full review of the Auxus Nuclea X. Auxus Nuclea X is one of the devices which is quite popular in the market, not because it is a very popular brand, but because this is an octa-core phone which comes with 1.7 GHz MediaTek 6592 octa-core processor. And again, this is the lowest price which you can pay for this particular hardware on this phone, because this phone is available in the market for a price of approximately 13,000 rupees. 13 to 12,000 rupees is something you would pay for this device, which is approximately the same price which you will pay for Moto G, which is having a lower display size, lower hardware specification as compared to this one. But in this review we will find out whether this device is worth the money you would like to invest in this one, in case you would like to buy an octa-core phone. If we compare it with the other octa-core phone which are there in the market, if we compare it with the Micromax Canvas Night, that one is retailing for a price of approximately 17 to 18,000 rupees, which is again much higher than this one. Approximately 5 to 6,000 rupees difference is there in between this one and the Canvas Night. But this device is available for a cheaper price, and let's see what we have in the box and what kind of performance this device has. So taking a look over the package, this is how it looks like, and again it is having the MediaTek octa-core chipset. The MediaTek 6592 chipset is there inside as per the specification which are mentioned on the box. This is how the interface look like. It is having a custom UI and a custom theme as well, which is again fluid and responsive. And again you do have an original hologram as well sticker, so that you can recognize if it is purchased from the original dealer from eBay. You can buy this device from eBay online, and again I'm not sure whether it is available in the market offline as well or not, but you can again buy it from eBay for approximately 12 to 13,000 rupees. We have the specifications of the device mentioned at the back side. It has GPS, it has 3G plus 2G SIM card, so it is a dual SIM phone. The first SIM card slot will support 3G, the other one will support 2G. You have 5-inch of high definition display, full HD display is there on this device, and then you have voice recognition system as well. Again, it is not something new, it is again pointing towards the Google now. They have just written it to make it more fancy. When it comes to the battery inside the device is 2800 mAh, and it is from this brand which is called iBerry. So again, iBerry has actually introduced couple of other devices as well at lower price point, and this is something they actually do. They launched the same hardware specification phone in the market at a much cheaper price, but again the overall feedback which I have got for iBerry devices, previous ones, is again not very positive. People are kind of angry with the kind of support they have. They have very bad support, so we will say things about that as well. Let's open the package and let's take a look what we have inside the package and how's the packaging. So the first thing inside the box is the device itself, and again I have already opened the package, so this unboxing is something which I am doing for you. This is the Auxus Nuclea X, which is kind of wider in terms of the width. This device is not very slim. That is something which I can notice for the first. And again, another thing is that this device is slightly heavy as well in terms of the weight. It is not a very light device, but again not very heavy to make yourself uncomfortable. So we will take a look over the device later on. Let's take a look what we have in the package apart from the device. So once we go inside the packaging is not too great. It is a very simple kind of packaging, I would say, and again things are packed in a very simple way. I would say they are not packaged in a very professional way. So everything was there inside this polythene once I opened the package, and inside this polythene I got this charger, which is a USB charger. The output current is 1 ampere. You have a micro USB to USB cable, a standard one. You have these standard headphones which are again very much standard, and the sound quality from these headphones is again very okay. It is very regular, nothing exceptional about these headphones. They are very standard headphones at this price point which they are providing. I have actually used them once, and then I put them inside the package because the sound quality was not at all good. You have a button over here, as you can see, and a mic to pick the calls, and this is how the audio lead look like. Apart from this, you also get a user manual which comes within the package, and over here you have the warranty information guide. There is no pamphlet inside the package which tells you about the service centers or the after sale support, and this is something I think their weakest point, because when it comes to after sales, I have heard things about this particular brand that the after sales support is very bad, and sometimes it does not exist for some people out there, which has given the feedback. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look over the package. Now we have already unboxed the device, so here we have the device with us, and again, in terms of build quality, I would say it is not bad. However, the kind of design it has, it looks like HTC Butterfly, and again, I have seen some other phones as well, similar phones with the same kind of design, so it is not very exceptional in terms of the design. You might have seen a device like this. And at the back side, if we take a look, we have the camera over here, which is a 13 megapixel camera with LED flash. It is an autofocus camera. When it comes to the front has a 5 megapixel camera, which is a fixed focus camera. You have the nice metallic earpiece over here. On the top, you have the micro USB port for data syncing and charging. You have a 3.5mm audio jack. On this side, you have the volume rocker, which is a button which gives you slight amount of feedback, not too great in terms of the feedback, but again, you can easily feel this button. It is not a metallic button, it is a chrome finished plastic button. At the bottom, you have the primary microphone over here. You have a little indent to remove the back cover. On this side, you have the power and sleep key, which is again the similar kind of button which you see for the volume rocker as well. And again, the overall look and feel and the kind of build quality it has is again made up of plastic, but good quality of plastic has been used, and it will make some noise as well, especially. So plastic is something which is okay, but not of very great quality. That is something I would like to clarify. And once you remove the back cover, you can see the slot over here for the SIM card. The SIM card slot 1, this one will support 3G. The SIM card slot 2, this one will support 2G, and I'm not sure whether this one will support 3G or not. You can test that. I have not tested the second slot for the 3G connectivity, but this might support 3G. You have micro SD card slot over here to expand the storage of the device, and you have a battery which can be removed. It is a 2800 mAh battery as per the rating it has. And if we take a look over the front, at the bottom we can see we do have some touch capacitive buttons which are there on the body of the phone. They are not within the display, and again the UI is like this, which is again a custom layer of UI which is running on top of Android. And once we go into settings, this is how the notification center look like. From here I can resemble this UI, which is actually looking like a stock Android UI. So as far as icons and home screen are concerned, the device is customized in terms of the look and feel, but in terms of settings and notification center, everything is kind of stock Android. So let's take a look over the version of Android this device is running. It is running Android 4.2.2, and if I show you the storage department on this device, so over here we have the storage, and when it comes to storage, this device has 8 GB of storage is there on this device, out of which around 4.28 GB is available to the user, and the current available is 3.72 because we have installed couple of applications and games. And when it comes to the phone storage or the internal storage area, it is around 1.99 GB for applications. And when it comes to the default write disk, you can change that as well. That means you can actually install applications on the SD card as well once you insert the same into this device. You do have support for GPS navigation as well, and I did tested the GPS navigation on this device. It was working fine, although you will need to be in outdoors, especially to catch the GPS signal and to make GPS work on this device with the help of assisted GPS. It will not work in indoors, and it may not be able to lock the GPS coordinates in that case when you are indoors. When it comes to tethering and portable hotspot option, you do have that supported as well. You can create a portable Wi-Fi hotspot. You have support for Bluetooth tethering, and USB tethering is also supported. When it comes to display brightness, I can show you that on the display brightness front, you have support for video wallpapers as well. Apart from the static and live wallpapers, you can set any video as a wallpaper. And when it comes to brightness, you do have support for automatic brightness as well. You have proximity and ambient light sensors over here. I don't know whether you can see that, but you do have all these sensors. The overall build quality and the form factor of this device, the build quality I would say is average. The form factor is decent, not too bad. You have thick bezels, but again the device is kind of solid. It is not very bad in terms of the build quality. It is pretty good, I would say. The front glass does not have any kind of protection, but it is a 720p display which you will get on this device. And if you take a look over the viewing angles, the viewing angles on this IPS LCD display are again pretty okay, pretty good. not bad. And when it comes to the display is something like which will attract a lot of fingerprints over time, which you can see. So you can see the fingerprints and smudges over time on this display, but viewing angles are good, and the pixel density of the display is again okay, not too great, not too less. So again, not too high, not too less, and you cannot notice pixels with naked eyes unless you are reading a document with large amount of text. Everything is kind of good enough, crisp and clear, because it has a high definition display, not a full HD display, but a 720x1280 display resolution which we have on this device. On the RAM department, this device has 1 GB of RAM, out of which around 401 MB of RAM is being used, and you get around 546 MB of RAM free. So this amount of RAM is actually good enough for this device, especially in case you would like to play heavy games. We have installed couple of heavy games as well on this device. I can show you that. So we installed Blood and Glory, Frontline Commando D-Day, Temple Run OZ. I have played all of these games, and I will also play these games again in this video to show you the overall performance. Let's take a look over the quadrant standard to show you the system information or the hardware configuration. The model number is Nuclea X, as you can see, and when it comes to the processor, you have ARM V7 processor. It is a Octa core processor, 6592 chipset. So it has a MediaTek chipset inside at this price point, which is good. And when it comes to the resolution, it is 720x1280. The GPU inside is Mali 450MP GPU, which is pretty good for gaming as well. And when it comes to the sensors, you have 3-axis accelerometer sensor, proximity sensor, light sensor, orientation, and you also have a magnetic field sensor on this device, which will again help you to do GPS navigation on this device quite precisely. The version of Android which is running on this device is 4.2.2. Again, this device does not get 4.3, but you have 4.2.2, and I don't think that they will be pushing the 4.4 KitKat update. They have not done for the previous devices, so this device is again not expected to get KitKat, but let's see, you might get KitKat, or you may be able to root this phone later in case you would like to install KitKat on this device. Now this is how the camera UI look like. As you can see, this is a 13 megapixel camera which we have on this device at the rear, which does have autofocus, and tap to focus is also there. And this is how the camera UI look like, which is a standard camera UI which we see on MediaTek phones. You have panorama mode supported, you have another mode over here. Again, the camera UI is not very fast. It is having a live photo mode as well, but again it is not that slow as well. It is quite okay in terms of the usage. You can access the video settings and the photo settings over here. Your support for GPS location, color effect you can control. You have voice capture which can be done on this device. You can say cheese and it will take a photo. You can do that. You have face detection, HDR mode is also there. You do have continuous shooting mode also supported. Up to 99 shots maximum can be taken. The picture size maximum is 13 megapixel, and when it comes to the video, you have electronic image stabilization. You can actually record time-lapse interval videos as well, and video quality is set to high. You can set it to fine as well. It can record high definition video. So let me just take a photo as of now of my iPhone 5 to show you the quality of this device in terms of the camera performance. And let me just take this photo from the rear camera. So let me just do tap to focus. It does take some time to focus. It is not a very fast camera, and I'm going to take this photo again without this artificial light which was falling on this subject, and I will show you both of these photos one by one. So we have the photo over here. This is how the photo looks like, especially when you are not taking the photo in artificial light, or when you do not have much amount of light. So I would say the quality of the photo is pretty good. I can read the details, and again the color production is also pretty okay. And we do have another photo which we have taken. This one has been taken with light. This one is also pretty good, I would say. And the camera was shaken a bit, so because of that the clarity is not there in the text. So I can take this photo again for you so that I can show you the actual camera quality. So let me just take this photo again. So make sure you hold the device steady, unless it will not be able to take a clear photo. And it is not a very fast camera. So this is how the photo look like. This time the clarity of the text is pretty good, and the color production is good enough as well. And when it comes to the low light shot which we have taken, this is also looking good. So the camera performance is good, not too great. The camera is quite slow, but it's pretty okay. Here we have the front camera, and I can show you the quality from the front camera as well. So this is how the overall quality will look like from the front camera. You can do a good quality of video chat, but not high definition video chat is possible from this device. From the front camera it is going to be an average quality, but again the video feed is still good enough, not bad. And let me just toggle back to the rear camera. Here we have the score for the Enter 2 benchmark, and we have got a score of 25506, which is an impressive score for this device, and it ranks in between HTC One and Samsung Galaxy Note 2 in terms of the benchmark scores. In terms of day-to-day performance, the device is responsive. However, the custom layer of Android which is running on top of Android, it is kind of okay in terms of the speed and responsiveness, but it does lag at times, especially whenever you are playing some heavy games on this device. You will see slight amount of lag in the animations and transitions in between home screens. On Quadrant we have got a score of 1449, which is a pretty impressive score for a device like this, and again it is above all other devices in terms of the benchmark scores. Here we have the total score for the CPU 61169, memory is 3810, input output operation is 4330, 2D is 509 and 3D is 2429. And again this device is kind of responsive when it comes to day-to-day usage. It is good enough. The touchscreen response is also good enough. It is instant and responsive as far as the overall touchscreen is concerned. The touchscreen is not bad in terms of the viewing angles or in terms of the touchscreen response. One thing which I have noticed about this device is the gaming, and especially whenever you do gaming or whenever you use this device for like 3 to 4 hours, the device does heat up a lot. Especially at this point it will heat up quite high. When it comes to the overall fingerprints which you will see on the back side is again not completely matte finish, not completely glossy. It is in between that, and you can notice the fingerprints over time quite easily on this device. So both the front as well as the back side of the device is fingerprint catchy, as you can easily notice. On Ninamark, this device has scored a score of 61.0 FPS, which is again one of the best score which we can see. And again, I do not believe these scores because I would like to play some games on this device to show you the overall gaming response, and for which we will start with the first game, which is going to be a casual game, the Temple Run OZ. Then we will play Frontline Commando D-Day and Blood and Glory after that, and we'll show you the overall response of this device when it comes to all these games. So now we are playing this game called Temple Run OZ, and this game is running fine in terms of the graphics. The touchscreen response from the device is also pretty instant. There is no problem with that. It is almost instant when it comes to the response from the touchscreen, and there is no graphic lag as well, which I could notice on this device, especially when I'm playing this game. And the gravity sensor on the device is also working well, as you can see. So you can play this game or any other casual game like Temple Run 2, Subway Surfer as well on this device without any issues. So now we are playing Frontline Commando D-Day, and this game is running smoothly as far as graphics are concerned till now. There is no problem with the overall game playback. I can easily play this game on this device without any issues. The graphics are responsive. One thing I can notice on this device is the heating part, because the device is heating very much, especially at this point while I am playing this game. But in terms of graphics, there is no problem, there is no lag. However, in terms of aiming the shot, it is kind of difficult. It is not that smooth in terms of aiming the shot, but once I have aimed, I can easily fire the gun and play this game pretty nicely without any kind of graphic lag, as you can see. So you can play this game without any issues as far as graphics are concerned. Touchscreen is responsive, but not very responsive when you are trying to play this game. You might have some problem while aiming the shot, but apart from that, there is no problem with the graphics or with the game controls, as you can see. So now we are playing this game called Blood and Glory, and again this game is running fine in terms of graphics. There is no problem. So you can play this game on this device without any graphic lag or without any touchscreen issues, as you can see. On multi-touch department, this device supports 5-point multi-touch, as you can see. Now to check the OTG support, let me just connect an OTG flash drive with this device and let's see whether it supports the same or not. So we have just connected the flash drive. So it has detected the same. That means OTG is supported on this device, and you can also use the OTG storage device or the flash drive which you can attach with this one as a default write disk. So you do have that option. You can change the default write disk to USB storage, that is this flash drive which is connected to the device. Now when it comes to video playback, it can play high definition videos at 720p as well as at 1080p. Some of the 1080p videos might not be able to play, but you can always play them using the third-party players like MX Player, which is a free application on Google Play Store which you can go and install from the market. As far as LED notification light is concerned, you do have that on this device. When it comes to the overall battery backup, you will get around 1 day of battery backup on this device, provided you have a moderate usage. That means you do not play a lot of games and watch a lot of videos. But if you do any of these two things quite excessively, you will not get 1 day of battery backup from this device. You will get around 5 to 6 hours of backup, or maximum around 7 hours of backup you will get from this device. So that's all from us. We would like to give a thumbs up to this device, although this device slightly heats up quite more, especially when it comes to gaming, and it actually feels slightly heavier in terms of the weight as well. But on the overall form factor and the kind of performance you get from this device is pretty good. Unless you get any issues on this device, if it is working fine for you, this is one of the best device you can buy. For 12,000 rupees or 12 to 13,000 rupees, you can get an Octa core CPU device, which is pretty good in terms of the gaming performance. Apart from any kind of Octa core features which they would like to portray, I would like to say that for day-to-day usage and gaming performance of this device is pretty good, and you can play almost any games on this device provided you have storage for the same. Again, you can increase the storage with the help of micro SD memory card. You can install applications from the SD card as well. So that's all from us. To let us know if you have any specific question for the Auxus Nuclea X, we would love to help you. If you like this video, you can click the like button. You can leave your questions in the comment section below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.